At the very center, they found it, the heart of the candy world. It was a single, ordinary dorayaki, sitting on a pedestal, glowing with a
warm light. The wish that created this world, I realized. I was hungry. I wished for a world made of candy because I wanted something that's
sweet. But the real thing I wanted was
a dorayaki?
comfort. I wanted comfort. I was having a bad day and I wanted something that
tasted like home. The compass pulsed. Nobita reached out and touched the dorayaki. He didn't eat it, he just held it, understanding washing over him like a
warm syrup. This world exists because a sad kid wanted to feel better, he said softly. And that's enough. That's a real reason to exist.
The ground stopped shaking. The sky stopped falling. The gingerbread people stopped screaming. The candy world solidified, its foundations transforming from fragile sugar to something permanent, something that could sustain itself. Not because the candy became stronger, but because the world finally understood why it existed. A gingerbread woman approached his.
What happened? Your world is real now. You're not a what if anymore. You're an is.
The gingerbread woman hugged him. She was warm and slightly sticky and smelled like cinnamon, and Nobita had never been more moved by a baked good in his life.
One down. 4,731 to go.
They ran back through the door. The second world was the one where everyone could fly. Nobita and Miki emerged into a sky city, buildings that floating on clouds, people soaring through the air with casual grace. This world was more stable than the candy world. Its wish had been simpler, purer. A child's dream of flight. The heart was easy to find. A single feather, floating in the center of the highest cloud, representing the simple desire to be free of the ground, free of limitation, free of gravity. Nobita held the feather. You exist because someone wanted to fly. That's the beautiful. The world stabilized. 2 down. But they were spending too long on each world. At this rate, they'd never make it through all 4.
1,732. We need a better strategy, Miki said as they burst through the third door into a world where dinosaurs were
alive and apparently running a functioning democratic government.
A T-Rex is giving a campaign speech.
My fellow citizens, I stand before you today to outline my vision for a stronger, more united port.
While a crowd of assorted dinosaurs held tiny political signs.
Focus! The heart! Where's the compass pointing?
The compass pointed toward the T-Rex's podium, specifically toward a small stone underneath it, the fossilized shell of a prehistoric egg, representing the wish to undo extinction, to bring back what was lost. Nobita touched, you exist because someone missed what the world used to be. Because someone thought things were better before. And maybe they were. And maybe that you deserve to keep existing to prove it. Stabilized. 3 down. By the 20th world, they had developed a system. Miki would scout ahead through each door, identifying the general theme and threat level, while Nobita would use the compass to locate the heart and speak the truth of why.
This door shows us the path to understanding.
The world existed. It was exhausting, emotional, and occasionally hilarious. The world where gravity worked sideways had them sliding through an entire civilization clinging to a cliff.
This is unbelievable!
Faces, and the world where animals could talk had devolved into a parliament of squirrels filibustering about acorn redistribution.
That's the longest speech about nuts!
I've ever heard, Miki said as they exited that world. The squirrel made some good points, though.
He absolutely did not. The phone, which Nobita had
been carrying, connected to the outside through a cord that apparently could stretch across dimensional boundaries, crackled to life.
Nobita, how's it going?
20 worlds stabilized. Only 4,712 to go.
You have 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Great! That was sarcastic. You
need to go faster!
I'm literally running through alternate dimensions, Doraemon! How much faster can I? Wait!
She was looking at the doors.
some of these doors are connected. See? Those 3 doors all have the same color frame. And those 5 over there all
Wow, you're right. So they must lead somewhere together.
Let's check it out.
Have similar engravings. She was right. Many of the doors were grouped, sharing characteristics, same color, same texture, same subtle emanation of purpose.
They're related wishes! Nobita realized. Someone who wished for a world without homework also wished for a world without school and a world without tests. They're variations on
The same desire!
So if we stabilize the core desire, we stabilize all the related worlds at once!
We can do groups!
This changed everything.
Instead of going through each door individually, they identified clusters, groups of related realities born from the same underlying wish. The I want to be popular cluster contained 47 worlds. The I want to be strong cluster had 32. The I wish my parents understood me cluster was enormous, over 200 worlds. Each one a slightly different version of the same lonely child's desperate hope. That one made Nobita cry. He stood in the heart of the cluster, a single drawing, a child's drawing of a family dinner where everyone was smiling, and held it with hands that shook not from exhaustion but from recognition. He knew this wish. He knew this loneliness. He knew what it felt like to sit at a dinner table and feel invisible. You exist because someone wanted to be seen, because someone needed to know that they mattered. And you do. You all do. Every single version of this wish matters. 200 worlds stabilized at once. The doors glowed, pulsed, and settled into permanence, their worlds becoming real, independent.
Nobita, you're really good at this.
At what? Crying?
At understanding why people wish for things. It's because I wish for things all the time. Stupid things, mostly. But they come from real feelings. They always come from real feelings.
Pressed on. Hours passed, or what felt like hours, inside the booth's dimensional space. Outside, Doraemon was coordinating with increasing anxiety. Shizuka's scanner was showing improved readings. Jian had punched a small reality leak that tried to escape and was delighted to discover that you could, in fact, punch reality. And Sunio had made tea, which was actually the most helpful thing he'd done all day. With 1 hour left, Nobita and Miki had stabilized over 4,000 worlds. The remaining clusters were smaller, quicker, easier, wishes so simple and universal that just acknowledging them was enough. I wish I could see colors I've never seen before. I wish fish could sing. The fish were actually pretty good. I wish I could talk to my dog. Stabilized. The dog mostly wanted to discuss squirrels as predicted, but the last door was different. It was alone. No cluster, no group, just
A single door, smaller than all the others. Made of something that looked like old wood but felt like memory. It had no markings, no...
This is the last one!
didn't open. He knocked, nothing. He tried to pull, slide, kick, and even politely ask it to open. Nothing worked.
What's behind this door?
Asked the booth. The voice of the booth, that old, patient, slightly amused voice, responded through the phone. That door is the first wish ever made in a what-if phone booth. 47 years ago. The very first what-if that was ever spoken. It's the wish that created me. Someone's wish created you? Someone stood in the first what-if phone booth ever built, picked up the phone, and said, "What if the phone booth could remember every wish?" And I was born. A consciousness, a memory, a keeper of what-ifs.
Who made that wish?
I don't know. They never gave their name. But their voice, I've listened to it every day for 47 years. It's the first sound I ever heard. The reason I exist. Nobita looked at the door. He looked at the phone. He looked at Miki, who looked back at him with an expression that had traveled all the way from bored